The Red Sox number one pitching prospect, Brayan Bello, has caught the eye of scouts and Red Sox Nation over the last week for his dominant start of the season in both AA and AAA. And I had the opportunity to interview Brayan and learn more about the prospect that everybody is raving about.
You are Locked On Red Sox, your daily Boston Red Sox podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back into the Locked On Red Sox podcast. We thank you so much for making Locked On Red Sox your first listen of every single day. I'm your host, Massachusetts Pirates team insider, Jake Ignaszewski. And if this is your first time listening, this is the Locked On Red Sox podcast, and we post Monday through Friday to update you about your favorite team, the Boston Red Sox. But this right here is a new segment that we started a few weeks ago called the Farm Report to help Red Sox fans get a little bit of an insight about some of the rising stars in the Red Sox farm system and learn a little bit about what they're working on, as well as understand a little bit more about who they are as people on and off the field. But in today's episode, it is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline has you covered this season with more props, odds, and lines than ever before. BetOnline, where the game starts. But in this episode, we're going to be talking about the Red Sox top pitching prospect, Brayan Bello, who, as I mentioned in the opening, has taken the Red Sox world by storm and has really caught the eye by a lot of scouts, which is one of the biggest reasons why he's been rising on the Red Sox prospect list. And it makes sense because over 13 games so far, Brayan has pitched in AA and AAA over 74 innings, has a 2.43 ERA, has struck out 99 batters, which is 12 Ks per 9 innings. And he was called up to AAA mid-May, and he's picked up right where he left off with his success in AA. But in AAA, where he's pitched 40.1 innings over 7 games, has struck out 57 batters, and has amassed a 3.12 ERA so far. And something that Red Sox fans have been raving about this past week is Bello's most recent start that he made against the AAA affiliate of the Chicago White Sox, where he threw 7 scoreless innings, striking out 7 batters. And 2 of those strikeouts came against White Sox outfielder Eloy Jimenez, who's currently on a rehab assignment. But it's been pretty incredible to see the development of a guy like Brayan Bello, and really shows the promise that not only Bello has in his future MLB career, but also the pieces that this Red Sox farm system have in terms of the pitching department. I had the opportunity to speak with Brayan a little bit about what his goals are for this season, what he's been working on, and also what are some of his hobbies outside of the game of baseball. But before we get into that conversation, I just want to take a second to talk to you about Athletic Greens. And this is honestly a product that I use each and every single day, because I don't know about you, there's some times where I wake up with a little bit of a stomach ache. I've had issues for the last few years with my gut health, but Athletic Greens daily formula has been the perfect solution for me. And it's pretty crazy because if you absorb this delicious scoop of Athletic Greens, it's just one scoop that you put it into water, and you're absorbing 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and antigens to help you start your day right. And this is a special blend of ingredients that supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, and your energy recovery, focus, and aging. And it's pretty crazy because it's even cheaper than getting all the different supplements yourself. And so right now, it's time to reclaim your health and your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just one scoop in a cup of water. That's it. No need for a million different pills or supplements to look out for your health. So to make it easy for you, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. And all you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/MLB network. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/MLB network to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. But I know you guys are super excited for this interview, so let's listen into my conversation with Red Sox top pitching prospect Brayan Bello. Is there anything specific that you're working on right now on the mound?
Sí, he estado trabajando con mi picheo secundario, que es mi slider, y con la rapidez de mi wind-up.
He said he's really working on his secondary pitches, more importantly his slider, but that's the main focus when he goes out there to attack the strike zone.
How are you feeling with your slider so far?
It's good. Feel good.
And then other than, you know, working on some of your secondary pitches, what are some of your main goals for this season?
Meta mía, nada, terminar Grande Liga, esa es la meta que yo traigo desde el año pasado.
He said, just like last year, he's always trying to get to the big leagues. That's his main goal every time he goes out on the mound.
Eso es lo que yo siempre estoy pensando, no estoy pensando de que terminar aquí ni Grande Liga.
He said, yeah, that's all he's thinking. He's not thinking about finishing here. He's thinking about big leagues.
And then just last thing from me, just a little fun one. Is there any random facts that fans might not know about you?
Bueno, no sé, ya están comenzando a conocerme y nada, no sé si es raro o no, ¿verdad?
He said nothing really. He's just like people just getting to know him. He's just scratching the surface, but nothing really out of the ordinary.
What about hobbies outside of baseball? Do you have any of them?
Yo juego videojuegos, béisbol en el PlayStation y jugar PlayStation solamente.
He just plays PlayStation. That's it. He plays baseball on the PlayStation.
Are the Red Sox your favorite team to play on MLB The Show?
Yeah.
Do you ever play as yourself?
No, todavía no he comenzado. Está AAA y yo juego con Grande Liga.
He said no because he's still in AAA and he plays with the big league roster.
Coming very soon. Gracias. I hope that you guys did enjoy my conversation with Brayan and got to learn a little bit more about not only what he has been working on throughout this season, but a little bit more about what his favorite things are to do outside of the game of baseball. But we greatly appreciate everybody tuning in into this episode. But as I mentioned, it's brought to you by BetOnline. And BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs in sports info. So find all the latest sports developments, league reviews, and news, including this year's NHL playoffs and Major League Baseball. They are your continued source for your sports wagering information for live betting, esports, and scores. And it's the fastest and easiest way to check in on your favorite sporting events like MMA, boxing, or even golf as well. So head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends and action. Bet online where the game starts. But we greatly appreciate everybody tuning in to this episode of the Locked On Red Sox podcast. If you have not yet, make sure to subscribe on whatever audio platform that you're listening to. Also, we post on YouTube, so subscribe over there if you're watching the video version. But as always, we post Monday through Friday and also now on Saturdays with our segment called The Farm Report. But if you have not yet, also follow us over on Twitter. It's LO_Red Sox. Follow myself. It's at Jake Iggy, as well as my co-host Lauren. It's Lauren with 4 R's. But we hope everybody has a great and safe weekend. Enjoy it. Have a little bit of self-care time. Relax outside. Enjoy some time with your family. But we cannot wait to continue keeping you updated about. But we can't wait to start the week right on Monday talking about our favorite team, the Boston Red Sox. But I'll end it how we always end it. Let's go Sox.